Good morning, YouTube. This is your homegirl, Arabia Barbosa 914, Washington County, New York. Do another live video real quick. I'm addressing this video to the homeless population, the mentally ill, those that are, getting out of prison or getting out of jail. And there's a lot of people think that if you go live with your mom or your grandmother or your aunt or your cousin or a friend that you are not homeless. You are homeless. You could be living in your car. You are homeless. You could be living in a tent. You are homeless. And I don't want anyone to get it mistaken. If you don't have a home of for yourself, if you don't establish a place where you live, where you can turn the key, a key is very, very important. And I know a lot of people have seen my keys before, because when I go and cam up, I show my keys. I don't show bras and all this other bullshit. That's bullshit to me. It's bullshit to me. But one thing I do know, as long as I have a key somewhere, I will live there. I will pay rent there. I will pay the utilities there. And when it comes down to it, I'll pay my phone bill, Wi-Fi, whatever's going on. A shout out to the chat. I can talk to myself. But I know I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to other people. And we got a bunch of YouTube creators living homeless on the street. They don't live with their parents. They don't live with their grandparents. They don't live with auntie. They don't live with uncle. They don't live with cousins. They don't live with friends. We got a bunch of people. Because when I was coming home yesterday, and I was at the bus stop waiting for the bus, because I don't have a car. I don't have a car. So that's telling you where I put my money at, because I know about cars. I know how expensive they are. I know what the mechanics do to dupe their own customers to keep the customer coming back. You do a good job on the car, one day the customer has a problem, a month later they come back to you. They trust you. I remember one of my brother-in-laws was a mechanic. He was a car mechanic. He'd been working on cars all his life in New York. Shout out to him. Shout out to that brother-in-law. I'm not going to mention his name, but everyone will know what I'm talking about. And I looked and I saw what he was doing. And I saw how the people treated him, how the people, uh, you know, it was terrible how they dismissed this man. When the man fixed your car, whatever problem you had, he would wash the car down. He would clean the car out. That's what he did. People trusted him. People believed in him. And after a while, he became corrupt, just like everyone else. Cut corners and all that. He taught one of my sisters, because she was involved with him for many, many years. 8 years. 8 years. I was with Birdman for 8 years. My other sister was that man for 8 years. And we learned stuff from those men that we've been with. We learn stuff from women we be with. I sleep with women. My youngest sister sleeps with women. She's in the church. She knows how to drive. She knows how to fix cars. And she also knows how to destroy you. A shout out to the chat. I'm not here to put water on her fire because I don't mention her name. Not at all. She knows who she is. Shout out to the chat. Sis is live right now. Live right now. And I heard that woman that was on his panel earlier. I did not know that she was on his panel yesterday because I went to work all day yesterday. Today I'm off. I don't have to work today. Shout out to the chat. It is what it is. I'm not mad. I'm not sad. But I'm saying to the homeless population, you think because you living with your relatives, you are safe from being homeless. But what would happen if your relative was to change their attitude about you? What would happen if they say, I don't want to deal with you no more. Get the fuck out. What would happen? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You got to leave way before they do that because you can be there 1 week, 2 week, a month. Everything's good. After the month is over, they change on you. They become somebody different. They want more money from you. You might be paying the light bill. You might be paying the gas bill. You might be paying for the water. You might be paying for the trash. $400, $500 going into their pocket. If you live with someone, if you're homeless and you have a job, if you are gainfully employed and you're living with someone, my suggestion to you is to get information and that. Put food in the house. Help clean the house. Help do that. Because if you're not doing that, don't nobody want you. Nobody wants you. You could be living with family. They start acting funny after a week. They start complaining because you're eating the leftovers. You're cooking too much food on the stove. Even though you might have bought the food, that is the food that you bought with your money. They don't care. If you are homeless and you're living with your relative, they will disrespect you. Trust me, I know. Trust me, I know. Because I remember when I was homeless years ago and I was living with Sergeant Crystal Reagan. I remember putting food in the house. I remember doing different things to help the house. But at the end of the day, Sergeant Crystal Reagan was married to my brother, and my brother really didn't want me there in that house. Didn't. He accepted the money. We laughed, talked, whatever. He was jealous of me. When Sergeant Crystal Reagan used to put him out of the house, He even got even more jealous because he thought I was sleeping with her. I ain't sleep with that woman. I ain't touched that woman. Never thought about that woman. Never. Whatever is in my brother's house, stay in my brother's house. Shout out to the chat. I was so glad when I moved out and was living on my own, and I used to send money back home. Sergeant Crystal Reagan used to send the money back and said, take care of yourself. Don't worry about me. I got me. Because she was in the middle of divorcing my brother at that time. She thought our whole family would have been mad at her for divorcing him. We never got mad with her. We was happy that she divorced him because he was a terrible husband. He was a terrible provider. He's one of those niggas get you pregnant and he don't want to pay no money unless you got him on child support. A shout out to the chat. Sergeant Crystal Reagan went into the ground thinking that she was unloved, disrespected. She knew me and my sisters respected her, but she wanted more for her own life because she was in the military at that time. She served in the Iraq wars. She went on 2 different tours, 18 months away from her family. Me and my sisters paid the difference. We paid the difference. We just did not know there was a snake, a real snake. And people on this app want to talk about snakes, want to talk about venomous animals, vicious animals. The most vicious animal is a person you allow in your house, in your home, and they are sharing your bed sheets. That is your biggest enemy. Not the people on YouTube, not the people on your job, not the people in the school. It is what it is. I am Arabia Barbosa, the BT 1000, the original BT 1000 on this shit. I'm probably the only BT 1000 able to say she is the BT 1000. The other BT 1000s, they hide. They hide behind whatever they're wearing on their face, on their head. I don't give a fuck about that. Because at the end of the day, Arabia Barbosa gonna stand with Arabia Barbosa. And I'm gonna stand with my people. Shout out to my support team. Shout out to you. You appear, you disappear. You come back, you don't come back. It's fine with me. It's fine with me. And I don't make no excuses for who I am, what I do, what I think, how I go, when I go, how often I go. Shout out to the chat. But I heard what that homeless woman was saying to Sis this morning. And I thought she had all kinds of excuses. Let me tell you something. When I went and got my housing, there was no more excuse. When I started doing all this other bullshit on YouTube, had a knife in my mouth, going down my throat, doing fellatio with a butcher knife. butcher knife. I could have cut something. I could have hurt something. But I already knew how to do it because I was taught how to do that when I was a child. Growing up in New York, you had to wear razor blades in your mouth. Razor blades. You know what that feel like? If you do the wrong thing with the razor blade, you know where it goes? Shout out to the chat. I did prison time. Yes, I did. I did prison time. I served time with Susan Smith and other women that are notorious. People don't speak their names. They don't speak their names. But Susan Smith didn't make parole this year. She'll make it. Probably not 2 years from now. It will be soon. Way before she's 60 years old. They're going to let Susan Smith out. They're going to let her out. Because she got the parole on her jacket. We don't agree with the crime that she did, but we accept what she did, and that's it. Shout out to my homegirls that's still in the penitentiary. Because I seen plenty of lifers did worse than Susan Smith and got paroled. I seen it. I know it. I witnessed when they packed up and left the fucking penitentiary. I'm the only BT 1000 on this shit. I'm the only Jeeper Creeper on this shit. I am the only Lucy the Vampire on this shit. I am the only German Shepherd in the goddamn room. And I'm going to support who the fuck I want to support. I'm going to support the rabbits. I'm going to support Moonlight. I'm going to support whoever is my YouTube creator. If I'm subscribed to you, I'm going to support you. You better ask the other one about me, what I do and how I do. Because I don't know how Sis can deal with me. Because I got questions. And Sis, he don't mean no harm. Nice little dude on YouTube from New York, Brooklyn. I see Roll Rich out Roll Rich out there doing his stuff. I see Iceberg doing his stuff. I see Thaddeus doing his stuff. I see a 901 doing his stuff. Shout out to them. Shout out to the rabbits. Shout out to Keep the Change. And I saw the video you did with Mr. Skinny. Keep the Change. I saw what you did. You did it and you did it well. Shout out to you. You told your story. You told your truth. How you see it. Everybody talking shit about Empress Lonnie One Love. I'm not interested about talking about her. What's done is done. It's done in the past. And I don't have nothing against nobody on this app. I will be retiring from the YouTube streets in a few more months. March 18th. And my videos are going to become less and less. The only thing I'm going to do is support my subscribers, my support team, whoever want to be on YouTube talking the ish, telling their story. Rest in peace, Lady DJ. She gone. I was not a fan of hers. I didn't watch her videos, but I understood that her videos would come in certain feeds. And sometimes I couldn't listen. I couldn't listen to her. She had that hard voice. Everybody say I got a man voice. my my voice is very feminine. But Lady DJ is from Bronx, New York. So I can't say nothing about New Yorkers. Whether they wrong or right. And I'm gonna stand down. I'm gonna yield to the floor. But while I'm yielding to the floor, I'm gonna reclaim my fucking time. I'm gonna reclaim my fucking time. It is what it is. That I can't reclaim nothing else. But I gotta stay true to me. Whether anybody likes me or not, I have to stay true to who the fuck I am. And I am Arabia Barbosa. I am the Jeepy Creeper on this shit. I am Lucy the Vampire. I am the German Shepherd in the goddamn room. And people make fun of my New York accent. Child, I was raised and born. I had to go through all that bullshit with the foster care system. I had to go to Job Corps. I went to different avenues to escape from my past. I even signed up to go into the military years ago. But then they would not let me in. Pass the written test. At that time, you had to do a written test. You had to do that. But when they wanted other things from other avenues, and Job Corps gave it to them, said, look, the woman is a mental patient. She's mental. That destroyed. And my mother was like, the woman that raised me, she was like, if you didn't have those scars on your body, you would have probably been accepted in the military. They would have accepted you, and we could have went on. Because she was pushing for me to go into the fucking military. She was pushing. You know why? Because she wanted me to be on my own. She didn't want me to be relying on anyone. But what I'm going to tell about that homeless woman, she living in her car right now. Do the videos where you talking about being homeless. Build a channel. Don't go over there to Sis and troll him and different YouTube creators to troll those people. Talk about your life. Tell your story. And the words of Queen Regina, tell your story. Tamper them down. I yield the floor. Those are Queen Regina's phrases. And she got plenty other phrases going out on these YouTube streets. Shout out to the chat. I'm out of here. Y'all have an awesome day. Those that are not here will catch the playback. One.